morning and welcome to the midweek edition of Joy News Interactive. I am Mapito CBD. We're live on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. On Facebook and Twitter, we are Joy News on TV. Keep those comments and tweets coming and I will gladly revert them to the rest of the world. Let's start with some health issues. It's a sad one though. Patients at the Savalugu Nanton Hospital in the northern region share wards with dead bodies as a result of inadequate infrastructure there. This is because the hospital's morgue is dysfunctional and overcrowded, and this has forced managers of the facility to divide the limited space between the living and the dead. While these hospital officials are concerned the situation threatens the health and safety of patients, but have no choice. When I first heard the story, I was terrified and it sent shivers down my spine. Let me read your reactions on this on Facebook. First comment is from Ali who says, I am shocked. Witchcraft is when a particular government is unable to perform its responsibilities and some of the people suffer the consequences. And Colin says, yet visit one of their conferences they attend in Accra and see how much ministers and other government appointees spend just to hold meetings. Sometimes the sums are quoted in dollars. Godwin says, you see how needful we need infrastructures? Some weak brains will be telling us we don't eat infrastructures. Ghana Post app, Bijalof, right? Senanu says, oh God, have mercy. These are the sorts of stories you do bring to the fore things that are not working well. Okay, and not some immigration dilemma? No? Okay, let's read Phineas, who says that's purely a show of managerial. Okay. Solomon says, so pathetic. We can only blame our heartless leaders for this, nothing else. And Nasir Hassan says, oh gosh, this is terribly bad. The government must do something about it. And Abu Bakari says, but our vice president chose Ghana Post GPS over their comfort. What a pity. And we take a comment from Templeton, who says, where are the hospitals painted in the Green Book as an achievement? And Bamrea Justice says, this is serious. Please use your noble medium to appeal for funds, and we're ready to support. Okay, support us, Justice. And Edward says, oh, this is unhygienic practices. Abdullah says, and more so, the hospital can't have electricity for 24 hours. They still do so in Savelugu. Let's take more comments on the Akuya says, hey, this is serious and very pathetic. Zakaria Adrusi says the MCE and the MP should do something about it if this is true. Samyang says this is really bad. Prince Nuruddin Baumir says, Allah have mercy on us. And our last comment we're going to take is from Abu, who says, may God deliver Africa from wicked leaders. Now let's talk about a group whose name breeds controversy. Members of this group believe they're righteous people, but people outside this group see them as evil and mostly anti-Christ. Well, I'm sure by now you know who I'm talking about, and that's the Freemasons. They have also been the subject of many conspiracy theories on their activities, with some people reading meanings into their signs and symbols. One of them, a Ghanaian, Abraham Jesse, is set to launch his book titled The Freemasons later on today. We asked you on Facebook, who do you think Freemasons are? But before that, let's watch what the author was telling us about perceptions people have about Freemasons.
For example, I have heard from some people saying that they say one of their members, they were able to raise the person, and they will ask him what happened to him, who killed him, so that they go and show the person. Or all kinds of things. All these are not true. Even plain criminals who want to do people, will do anything and say we are lost people. So the word lost people have been used purely in its negative sense to represent all manner of wrongdoings. That is why today, and we admit part of the fault is ours. We didn't talk to people about what we do. This is the reason why I've written this book. 300 years ago, when modern Freemasonry as we know it came into being, our forefathers, they never usually would talk to those who are not Freemasons about our fraternity. Even here in Ghana, as I was growing up, you will find that our old men in our villages, in our communities, they won't talk to their families about Freemasonry, they won't talk to their children, and therefore they acquired a certain aura of mysticism around them. Somehow the old people enjoyed it. It made them feel very important.
So time now to read your answers on our question, who do you think Freemasons are? Our first comment is from Edward, and he says, if you say people do not know the Freemasons and all their other claims are out of ignorance, then why don't you pose this question to the Freemasons themselves? Why come back to ask the ill-informed public? Well, this is Joy News Interactive and we like to get your opinions, Edward, but okay. Hayford says they call themselves Freemasons but have never seen them build any building free. I expect them to do what they stand for, not the other way around, and we all know them for mercy. And we got replies on that where Stefan says, he's just laughing. Stefan's just laughing. And Felix Owusu says, in the olden days, Masons were the key holders of knowledge, which they hid in buildings and hence considered very important. They moved freely across borders, hence the name Freemasons. Thank you, Felix, for that comment. And Koku says, there are a group of individuals who are enlightened about the knowledge of themselves. There are also levels of enlightenment, and upon reaching the 33rd order in the Freemason, one becomes illuminated, hence the term Illuminati. Okay, Muhammad says, I begin to have this perception. Okay, let's not take Muhammad's comment. We'll take Frank, who says, I learned they offer professional courses in juju, idol worshipping, witchcraft and magic, and you can graduate with a degree in human rituals. Okay, that's your opinion. Thank you for your opinion. We've got 4 replies on Frank's comment. Let's see what those say. Joseph Godza agrees with Frank and says you are right. And he says they are professional witchcraft practitioners. Okay. And Joseph says you guys are funny. They are no different than the Boy Scouts or the YMCA. Okay, enlighten yourselves more. Pick a book. Now that's a good one. Pick a book. Let's see. Collins, who says Masons who do not charge you after building your house. So Collins has 12 replies. Let's see if we can get a few of those. Let's see. Okay, Skinny Suarez is just saying lol. Fitzgerald says one time. Abdullah Augustine says exactly. And our last reply is Godwin, hey, you know this thing pass. Miss Ghana may not have won Miss Universe 2017, but she was in the top 16, and that's something worth talking about. But another person worth talking about is Miss Jamaica, Davana Bernard, who graced the catwalk with an afro. You know how the Western community has often set an unfair beauty standard on Africans, and that to make it in life, you have to be tall, slender, white, blue eyes, and blonde. Well, for many people though, Davana ultimately didn't win the crown, but she was in the top 3 and named second runner-up. Seeing her on the stage wearing her afro throughout the competition was a major win. So let's watch a video of the Miss Jamaica. Props to Miss Jamaica for rocking that afro. Don't succumb to like this Western beauty standards. But let's take a quick break.